Hey Danny, how you doing, man?
I am very well, Lewis. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Does it feel to be weird to be recording yet another podcast?
I know, on the same day. It's like Rick and Morty
know.
again. But
It is like Rick and Morty again, and the reason for that is that we are doing yet more Whispering into the Void.
yes.
Because we are going to do this new season of Doctor Who, season 12. As it comes out, we're going to release a little podcast alongside, like we did with Rick and Morty. And it's an exciting time. I'm thrilled. The reason that we're starting on episode 3 of the series is because we covered the first 2 episodes in our last podcast. So
Yes.
go and check that out if you haven't checked it out already. It'll be online. Doctor Who, Take Me Out, and More Doctor Who. Void number 16. Go check it out.
Yeah. So it's episode 3 of the series, but episode 1 of Whisper. But
Yeah, in a really
well,
funny, confusing way.
Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, who cares? Let's do it. Let's just do it. Fuck it. This episode is called Orphan 55. And
Yes, it is.
It is written by Ed Hine, and it was directed by Lee Haven Jones. It's starring Jodie Whittaker, Bradley Walsh, Mandip Gill, and Tosin Cole, and then the rest of the supporting cast who I don't know their names. There's Jay from The In-Betweeners. He's in it. If you've seen The In-Betweeners.
He is in it, yeah.
Yeah.
I have not seen The In-Betweeners, but I am aware of Jay from The In-Betweeners.
I was just waiting for him to say, yeah, I've shagged loads of Time Lords. Just bullshit like that. Yeah, of course. I've shagged loads of Time Lords.
Right, Danny,
Fuck's sake. You're so
do you have an opening statement about this episode?
You're so dismissive of the bullshit that I spew. A not so subtle warning about climate change. Also, there's a family drama.
Okay. Yet more wasted potential. It's a cool idea, and there's been a lot of good stuff done with post-apocalyptic situations, yet somehow this didn't quite work. Lots of small things that kept me vaguely dissatisfied, like with the last episode. It feels like on this show there's a lot of very skilled people doing a lot of things, but none of them are working towards the same goal.
Yes.
Like, the acting is all very good, and they're all very good, and it's all really gorgeous, and it's all sort of clever, interesting ideas, but there seems to be some kind of a breakdown in communication, and the final product is not... It is less than the sum of its parts. It's very strange.
Yeah. Cool. Do you have an opening... Shit. I've broken the formula. Kill me. Creepy room questions.
Creepy room questions. I have statements, I have complaints. Oh, good grief.
Okay.
Let's start with... Is hyphen with a 3 a furry? That's the vibe I got from looking at it. It's like, that is like clearly a human with furry ears and a tail. I don't get it.
Yeah,
It was very strange.
The makeup wasn't that good for her. I mean... I don't know is the answer. Maybe...
But let's have a sensible question, shall we?
That would have been pretty entertaining if she just came out with that. By the way, I'm not an alien, I'm a furry. Fuck me. Okay.
But anyway, at one point, the doctor says, oh yeah, it's usually nothing. When the alarm goes off, she says, oh, it'll be nothing. It's usually nothing.
Is she...
Is she not used to finding
Yes.
trouble wherever she goes? Is she not used to that? Is that not a... What?
Oh, God. Are drills meant to be relaxing?
I don't think drills are meant to be relaxing. No, never in a fire drill at my school did I think, yeah, that's much better.
I know it was like ASMR. It's like, this is a drill. Relax. It's like, wait a minute. What are you like during an actual emergency? Please relax.
Oh my god!
Please relax and try not to burn to death. Fucking hell.
Also, the psychic paper, at one point, I think it was the doctor held up the psychic paper and was saying, oh, I'm health and safety, I'm this, I'm this, oh, I'm a resort inspector, and that finally got them in.
Yeah,
But
why would she
isn't
believe
the whole
that?
point of the psychic paper meant to make the person believe that they are whoever the doctor says they are?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a very strange thing that doesn't quite carry over.
Why would... Like, if someone held up a bit of paper that said, resort thingy inspector, and she listed off 5 other jobs beforehand in a sort of question-like manner, I would probably think, maybe you're not who you say you are. 'Cause you can't even decide what it is that you're meant to be. Yeah, that was silly. I think it was.
By the way, is the security system an Orwellian nightmare? Because all the people seem to be, like, tagged. Have they got, like, a chip in the neck or something?
Yeah.
Because all of the people showed up on that screen. All 30 people in that complex.
Yeah.
It showed exactly where they are. How does that work? Are they tagged? Is it some kind of Orwellian hypervigilance kind of thing? I don't get it.
Yep. Is Kane some sort of psychopath or something? Like, she's all about money. Kills Benny. Off screen, which really just
was really weird.
Yeah, really just robs us of any emotional impact there. It's like, don't worry, I killed him, and I was shocked, but I was like, well, I don't really know how to feel about that, because he was on screen for 2 minutes. He wanted to propose to her, and then propose. Like, there was too much plot, and I didn't get enough time to care about the people.
Exactly, yeah. It's, will you marry me? Will someone shoot me? It's like, oh my god, mate.
Yeah.
It was a very strange... Oh, I don't get it. It was very weird. I didn't... Like you say, too much plot, not enough understandable stuff.
Yeah. Where did Bella learn to build a fucking bomb? Like,
yeah, that's another good question.
She was a carer for her dad, and then, yeah, I brought a bomb with me. Oh,
I don't really understand her end game, though. Do you know what I mean?
She wants to blow up the spa that her mum built, which would undoubtedly kill everyone there.
Yeah, and is that based on some kind of spite? Is that her end game? I don't get it. What is her goal?
Yeah. Fuck. Imagine Benny being your last word.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Which one of you killed my Benny? She said Benny a lot, for fuck's sake.
She did a bit. It was very strange. It was, another thing about that oxygen thing was quite deeply... It didn't make much sense. There was quite a few things that didn't quite work. Like, there were trees on that planet, and there was fire burning in different places. Both of those things need oxygen, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah.
Well, I mean, I suppose trees, they kind of breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen, so I guess, yeah, kind of. But if there's not enough oxygen to breathe, how can a fire be burning?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And why are the maintenance tunnels not oxygenated? If the entire point is maintenance tunnels, and they go out of the complex, why not oxygenate them?
Yeah, and the spa is so sophisticated that it can give invitations to different time zones as well.
Well, yeah, that was something I didn't understand. Did they travel in time, or were they already in this potential future where global warming causes a mass mutation of humans? I don't get it. Were they already in that potential future and they just got teleported to that Earth?
I mean, how many times has the planet's demise been retconned in Doctor Who? Like,
yeah.
It was meant, like... Didn't the Doctor know what time period they were in? Because she's done that before, where she sort of licked the air and then been like, 18th century. And like, wait a minute, she didn't know that this was Earth. She didn't, for some reason. And
it's very weird, I don't get it.
Humanity's meant to have a big empire or something like that. Didn't she know that?
Yeah, that whole fourth great and bountiful human empire.
Yeah.
The fourth great and bountiful human empire implies there was 3 others. So,
yes. So
which empire are we at here?
Yeah, I mean, it's... I didn't know about that. Silas, the wee boy, can do mechanics better than his dad.
That was quite strange. It was like I was supposed to care about him, but I didn't have enough time to really care about him.
Why did they add that? Why? Where did the dad learn to be a mechanic? Why? How does he make money as a mechanic if his son can do it better than him? How does that work? Couldn't they have done this more effectively if they're talking about climate change?
Yeah, they could have done.
Like, because Russell T Davies, like, he's very good at making interesting points, but actually has a story involved in it. It was literally just running around some drama that was very hard to care about because you didn't actually give us time to care about it. And then a speech at the end saying, you're all fucked unless you change. Essentially, it's like, well, it's meant to be. I'd imagine Russell T Davies would be more nuanced than that, and probably tell the audience without saying, "Yeah, you better save the planet now." Do you know what I mean? Just
Yeah. Surely a better way to do it would be would be for them to teleport to a time slightly before the last of the oil was used up or whatever.
Yeah.
They teleport into the middle of a great big Mad Max type situation, a big car chase or whatever. And then they're like, "What's going on? What are you looking for?" It's the last of the oil. I will kill anybody who comes to try and take it from me or whatever. And have that kind of parable about humanity being very greedy and wanting oil and wanting to destroy the planet in a very roundabout way.
Yeah.
Sure, do that, but this doesn't feel like a very effective way to tell that story, you're right.
Yeah. And please don't lumber us with family drama that you don't give us time to care about. Like, if you're going to do a world-ending, big political sort of statement, then do it properly. Don't put Lydia from Breaking Bad in there, who just doesn't come across as a mother in any way, does she? She just seems like another greedy arsehole. And then, oh no, I'm your daughter. What?
It's
out of the blue. It was just complete. What? I lied about being a hotel critic.
It's how they gave us 3 different subplots, and we had to care about all of them quite a lot.
Yeah.
If this episode was twice as long, and had twice the amount of character development, perhaps I would start to care about these people, but I just can't find myself being bothered by it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, the whole thing about Jay from The Inbetweeners and his son having green hair, that was entirely done just because it's a punchline sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, great. You need to show this sort of diversity in this multicultural galactic society of have some people that are blue, have some people that their faces are upside down, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? You need to do these things, but why would you... If you're going to have somebody that just happens to have green hair, don't address it.
Yeah,
because that's the nature of an intergalactic civilization, is that everybody is very different to each other.
Yeah, and it's not really an alien thing to have green hair.
Be identical but have green hair, yeah.
Yeah, they're humanoids and have green hair. It's like, well, wait a minute. Could you not have just painted them green? That would have been probably a bit better. Like, they actually... you bring up an interesting point. They did that because of a joke. They actually spent money on the budget to get a green wig, 2 green wigs for a joke. That is pretty questionable, I think.
It's really weird. A lot of these things are very weird. I felt like they made a lot of interesting points, but then the points were overtaken by a lot of cardio.
Yes.
Like, if they'd have gone out of the resort and been in that car, and they'd been being taunted by the dregs, then that could have been an interesting, scary episode. And they could have slowly figured out that it's Earth and slowly... that could have been an interesting episode.
Yeah, and
but then they decided to get out of the car and then run to a maintenance hatch and then run down the maintenance tunnel and then run through the resort and run to the teleport and...
what? Why is there a made in China thing?
Which doesn't make any sense. because how would that thing, if it's made in China, would be an antique, right?
Yes.
Because there's been like a nuclear holocaust centuries before the episode takes place. So, say that cabinet, or whatever it was made on the last day before the nuclear bombs fell. It's still hundreds of years old, right?
Yes.
It has to be. It doesn't make any sense.
And the editing's questionable.
Yeah.
Someone falls over and it's like maybe they fell over, and then they get up and Lydia, I can't remember her real name. No, Kane, that's it. Kane sort of sacrificed herself like 2 minutes after she killed Benny. Like she had this big character change 2 minutes after she was a fucking psychopath, and then the editing is so quick. It's like she jumps in and then it's gone immediately, and you're like, wait, did she die? And then you don't see her again, and then she shows up at the end of the episode, and it's like, wait, I thought you were dead. I thought that was oh, okay. And then what happens to them? they don't seem to have broken up by it when they go back into the TARDIS. They're just sort of like, yeah, don't let that happen, guys.
Well, that was a bit horrible.
Yeah, those people are dead, but let's stop climate change, okay? I mean,
also,
fuck's sake.
Why are there roads on this inhospitable planet?
Yeah! Why?
They were driving the truck along roads. Couldn't they drive the truck along some kind of broken ground, or even just like a field or something? And did anybody in the truck not have a tragic backstory? They all did.
Yeah.
Like the old lady, her partner, fiancé, husband had been abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
The Jay from The Inbetweeners and his son. Jay from The Inbetweeners was clinically idiotic for a mechanic. And also their mum, the kid's mum had left him, and now the son was like...
split up and different
and
houses.
Yeah, and it was just really weird. And Hyphen with a 3, the furry, she was like telling these weird stories about the resort she was... it just didn't... Lots of character development, but not enough time to actually understand what any of it meant. It was very, very weird.
How many lungs did Time Lords have?
Well, they make that point about a binary cardiovascular system or something. Like 4 lungs or whatever you'd think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and like... we've seen in previous Doctor Who episodes where the oxygen has been failing, and Peter Capaldi can conserve his oxygen. And but Jodie loses a lot of hers very quickly because she talks a lot. I mean, yeah, that's quite funny, but it's like, is that how it works?
It sort of is, but as you say, in previous episodes we have seen that the Doctor has the ability to sort of go without oxygen for quite extended periods of time.
And like, are the oxygen tanks like that flimsy? Because everyone else is talking. She's probably talking the same amount that Kane was talking, and yet hers is completely fine.
Yeah. Also, why would you only have such a comparably small number of oxygen tanks?
Yeah.
Because either that's a huge number of oxygen tanks, or it's essentially 0. Because in a nightmare situation where Kane and... was it Vorm? The male security guard?
Yeah.
In a situation where they have to go beyond the walls of the compound for whatever reason, they might need, say, 2 or 3 each, which would be 6, right?
Yeah.
But then, say they need to go on several excursions, you'd have backups and you'd have like 100 of them, just to be on the safe side. If you're going to terraform this planet, you'd have 100 of them or something crazy, wouldn't you? And then, but they only had enough to give 1 each to every member of that little party that went out of the compound. You think you'd have 2 each, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's really weird.
And do you know, I think the way that they could have solved this episode is with a lot less characters.
Yes, definitely.
There should have been fewer characters. Like, I really don't care about Benny. I don't care about his wife. I don't care about fucking Silas and his dad. I just, like, if you're gonna make a statement, make a statement that's subtle but gets the point across. Don't fucking lumber us with really shitty characters and then just kill them off and then say, yeah, climate change. Yeah, got to do that one.
The climate change thing did feel a bit crowbarred in.
Yeah.
If they'd have said, it was a nuclear holocaust because of climate change, or something like that, if they'd have said, if Jodie Whittaker had have gone into the mind of that alien human dreg thing and have said there was a nuclear war because all of the fossil fuels ran out, then that would kind of make sense for the situation that we saw represented. But if they said, oh no, climate change, that's why the air is now entirely carbon dioxide, but still there's fire and trees.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
I mean, they could have made the dregs sympathetic, they sort of remember who they were before. Like, that could have been interesting. Rather than people who are from different planets just there having their shitty human drama. So fuck off. No. And
because they mentioned briefly, didn't Kane say, the dreg was having fun? So, is the dreg intelligent enough to have fun?
Yeah.
Because throughout the episode they were presented as this very animalistic sort of
apex
beast
predator
type thing. Yeah. It didn't quite ring true to me. It was a very strange way to present it.
And the way that dreg was hibernating or sleeping, just standing up, just They just
It's like they didn't quite have
they just-
time to say, "Oh, can you just like curl up in the corner in a ball?"
They just
It's like they didn't quite have time to say, "Oh, can you just like curl up in the corner in a ball?"
Yeah.
What?
It's almost as if the writer just put that there for a cheap sort of bit of information, a jump scare. It's like, is that how they nest? That's how they nest. They just stand upright and just close their eyes. I mean, that's pretty fucking stupid.
Because the only good version of that I've seen is was it I Am Legend, where all the vampire animals or whatever they were stood in that warehouse looking at each other, like you know how penguins do that thing where they huddle.
Yeah.
They were all like sort of stood in the middle of that warehouse, huddling and like doing this weird chanting-y breathing thing. Like that was good because you could believe that that's sort of a social, human-y kind of behaviour,
Yeah.
and you could sort of believe that they find strength in numbers and they find comfort in being all together. But for just one dreg on their own to be stood vertically upright, silent, just chilling out, not doing anything, it just. By the way, the Doctor kind of really rolled the dice on the fact that the dregs would be breathing out oxygen.
Yeah.
It's like, what if the dreg breathed out, like, cyanide gas or something?
Yeah,
What if the dreg breathed out mustard gas?
Then we'd get a quick regeneration, and then
And then on with the story.
yeah.
Oh, weird.
The idea was there, and it's a good statement to make, but like, fucking hell, the delivery was poor.
It was a bit. It's, like I say, there's a lot, you can tell there's a lot of talented people on the floor making that show. But on the same level, it's
Yeah.
like everybody who wasn't in the room when they made the show is giving it 10% effort.
It looked good. Like the cinematography was good.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous, and the last series was really gorgeous as well.
That's the thing that I can't fault it on. It looks
Yeah.
really good, but
Yeah,
the
totally.
problem is just that the writing is just dreadful. It's like
Yeah.
I really wanted to like season 11, but it was just it's the same thing. It's just there's too many characters in it, and you're not given enough time to sort of, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's not a very good episode, but I'm just hoping that it'll pick up as the
So am
season
I.
goes on.
Because you can tell there's people with skill working on it. You can tell it's people do care about it and people are trying.
Yeah.
But somehow that's just not coming through in the final product.
Yeah.
By the way, I thought it would have been a bit more interesting if the dregs were like if Benny, when he was taken, was somehow transformed into a dreg. That would have been a more interesting way to go about it. If you saw sort of Benny as like half man, half dreg, and it's like he's changing, he's becoming a dreg.
Yeah,
That
they
could have
don't
been
even-
interesting if they had a toxic environment that changed people or something, you know?
Yeah, they didn't really explore that. They just went, kill me. So why? Just kill me. It's like, what, is he turning into a dreg? Is he becoming a dreg? Is
Because
Is
the
he
dregs
being
are going to kill him soon anyway, so why is
yeah.
he...
What is wrong? Where's Benny? Don't worry, I killed him. What?
That is insane, really.
I mean,
and it's
why would you follow this person after they said like just so nonchalantly, like as if, oh yeah, I've done you a favour. Don't worry, I killed him. What, he asked me to? But yeah, see if he asked you to fucking slap him in the face with a massive spoon, would you do that as well? It's just, oh, I don't know.
It's very weird. It's like you say, Kane throughout the entire episode was portrayed as this sort of conscienceless mercenary, and then right at the end, with not enough time to really understand it or care about it, she develops a conscience and she like starts talking to her daughter, and it's really weird.
Yeah, and she was like, you don't get to judge me. I'm making this for her. It's like, really? That's
If you're gonna terraform a planet and like commit some kind of weird genocide for your daughter, still the genocide is bad, even if you're just doing it for your daughter. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Wait a minute. I thought you wanted to make money, but I suppose the money's for your daughter. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Lots of weird things is what I keep coming back to. Is there are lots
Yeah.
of weird things in this that just don't quite work.
I think it was I just get the feeling it was so rushed. This episode, like, it's a filler episode. It's like, I mean, most episodes at this point in the season aren't that good in Doctor Who, but they're not as bad as this.
No.
But you know, I'm trying to think. Do you know what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get the episode lists up for Doctor Who.
But like the only historically really, really terrible episode of, say, the RTD era was that was it the Jagrafess or something like that, where it was Peter Kay played an alien. That was a really terrible episode. But all the others, even the filler episodes, were all right.
The Absorbaloff.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, the Jagrafess was the one where they go to Satellite 5.
Yeah.
Simon Pegg is in it, and it's like human beings are just little animals. Yeah, so episode 3. So let's go to season. See, give me a random season. And I'll
6.
6. Okay. Because it's more often than not it is a standalone episode. Yeah, The Curse of the Black Spot.
Yeah, that was a weird one. It wasn't a great episode. It wasn't a crap episode. It was all right.
Yeah, I mean it's filler. That's what it is. It's filler.
But that's the point at which you get like an external writer or something to come in and write something that's weird and interesting and kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like a standalone, is it Midnight? Was that what it was? That one standalone episode that was really
great.
Interesting. It was really good.
That was fucking brilliant. Episode 3, season 5, Victory of the Daleks. That was a shit episode.
I don't remember that one. What was
it? the new Daleks, the Paradigm ones where they show up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was shit.
Mm.
Maybe episode 3 is the shit episode.
Maybe it is. Maybe the next one is going to be incredible.
Planet of the Ood, season 4, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
It made a really good point about slavery, and that was interesting. Season 7, A Town Called Mercy. I thought that was a good episode.
I quite like that episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
And welcome to my new podcast, Reading a List.
Yeah. Season 8, episode 3, Robert of Sherwood. That was shit.
I don't remember liking that one.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just like I think we're getting the point. It's episode 3 of every season is just a bit of Under the Lake in season 9, which was a 2-parter.
Oh, I really liked that one. Yeah.
That was good. So that's one of the exceptions. And last one, series 10. We'll do series 10. Thin Ice. I can't even remember that.
That was pretty good. Big, weird alien serpent monster under the Thames. And they, harvest its poop to use as, a fuel in the factories. And it was quite a good one.
I can't remember it.
Thames is frozen over and Bill and the Doctor go ice skating on the Thames or something.
Season 11, Rosa. I liked Rosa. Rosa was a good episode.
Yeah, I think it was. It's ages ago since I watched that one, but yeah.
Yeah, that was a good episode. But you get the point. Season I'm going to say season 3. Episode 3 usually is the sort of the filler episode,
Yeah, totally.
Which is we'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Chibnall, but fucking come on. He's not a bad writer, which annoys me.
No, because he didn't write Broadchurch.
Yeah, Broadchurch was fucking great. You've got the ability to do this, to make something that's good. Just fucking do it and stop with your bullshit. Jesus Christ. Maybe do you know what we need? Maybe we just need to get rid of Moffat and Chibnall and Davis and just bring someone completely new in.
Perhaps we do.
I say that as if we've got any authority. Yeah, we're at the head of the BBC, right? Do you know what? They're fucking pissing off. We need to just get rid of them. Oh, come on.
But that is the end of my complaining and questions and...
Yeah.
It's it was a good idea, interesting concept, very poor execution. That's the only thing I keep coming back to, is lots of things that don't quite make sense. How are there trees? How are there fire on this non-oxygen rich planet? There's lots of weird things.
We want it to be good. No one wants it to be bad.
Yeah.
Which is so annoying. It's like everyone is sitting going, "Come on, fucking please be good."
Yeah.
And they just can't do it. It's like, right. We'll see what happens next week, I suppose. Hopefully it'll be a bit better.
Have you got a closing statement, Dan?
I do, yes. Don't mix human drama with real world drama. Focus on the message, please.
Like that Pixar thing. plot comes first, or something like that. It's all about the plot, or something like that.
Well, I suppose it depends. I mean, it depends on the thing that you're trying to say. If you're making a character episode, yeah, focus on character. If you're gonna try and say something about climate change, yeah, I would probably not talk about Silas and his dad, and I would probably not talk about fucking Benny and his need to propose to a woman that he's been with for decades and hasn't done it, but he waits to go to a fucking spa to do it. Fuck off.
My closing statement: if all the episodes in this series are as heavy-handed about their key theme as this one, then I shall be very disappointed. Lots of skilled people doing skilled work, and yet somehow it isn't working properly. What's up with it? I don't know. I don't understand at what point it starts to go wrong. Because, like, all the actors are doing a lot of work. And you can tell, because it looks so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Lots of interesting, clever things. And lots of interesting, clever performances. But at some point, it just doesn't work.
Yep. No, I agree. It's just, I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens next week, I suppose.
Indeed we will. We are on Instagram. I'm Lewis@Lewis_Brindley. I'm Twitter @LewisBrindley4. I've got a Facebook page, Lewis Brindley. Go and check me out.
Yep.
You on the internet, Dan?
I am. I'm at Instagram @O'Hiram. I'm on Facebook, Daniel Kerr, which is a page. I'm on Twitter @Kerzo2000. We're on Podomatic. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We've got our own YouTube channel. We're on Patreon. We're in every facet of the fucking internet that you could think of.
We are.
Give us a look. Give us a listen, and make your car wheels glisten.
Damn straight. Make your car wheels glisten. See you next week.
Next week.
For whatever episode 4. However disappointing it ends up being. I'll see you for that.
See you later.
Thanks for listening.